Good evening, everybody. This is Rolling Swarm. Welcome to my garage on the evening of the day of the release of Update 5.5. What a tremendous overhaul we've seen with the drop of this update that I am going to nickname, for my own personal reasons, the Goldmine Update. Great to see a couple of people here. So, just, I know some of you were commenting earlier on the title of the video. I had initially hoped to sell all of the collectible tanks in my garage for gold. However, you can't do that. You can only sell a maximum of 5 tanks per day on World of Tanks Blitz, which kind of sucks, if we're being honest. It means that if, like me, you have 60 collectible tanks that you're thinking of selling, and you also have 27, I would call them compensatory tech tree tanks. We'll get to that in a bit, which means that for me, I have 87 tanks that I'm thinking of selling. That actually means that it'll take me 18 days to get rid of the tanks in my garage that I wouldn't be using, which is, when you think about it, is just a bit mad. So we're working real time. It's the first stream I've done real time. Normally there's a 5-minute delay to shield me from you monsters. Test the tanks. Yes, you can still use collectible tanks in battles. They're still playable. I believe the premium tanks are retaining their credit coefficient values. But there may be some alterations to the tech tree tanks. I know that there's been a lot of nerfs pretty much across the board between tiers 2 to 4. I don't know what's actually happened exactly to the tanks tiers 5, 6, and 7 that have been chopped from the tech tree. You're going to have to go to that community contributor to find out that information. Either Skate Extreme, Ammonet, or Bushka, or even Martin Duggar. Those guys would be where I would go to get the actual technical detail. This video is mainly just going to be reviewing what's happened to the tech tree, talking about like how much gold exactly there is up for grabs, and then splashing some free XP on the German Heavies. So, just to put it into perspective for you, this is my garage at the moment, at the drop of 5.5. These are all the tanks that I can convert for gold. Which, I mean, to be honest, I don't really play anything below tier 5 or 6 anymore. I used to do a bit of seal clubbing at tier 4. It was good. And I still do drop down occasionally. Maybe I'm helping a friend grind a line, or I'm just really having a bad time of it in general. So for me, I would probably be selling most of these tanks. But I've got 60 tanks here as collectibles. Well, 62 actually, when you get to the end. But I'm not... Now, the Scavenger and the Gravedigger were the Halloween event tanks. Now, the Gravedigger, my previous video was on that. This is a really fun tank. I'm keeping it. I'm not. I don't know if you can sell this one for gold. I'm not getting rid of it. Also, the Scavenger, I've only played 2 battles in it. I actually haven't really got my teeth stuck into it, but it's unique. Having played against it a lot, whilst I've been trying to ace some of the tier 5 collectible tanks. There is no way I'm selling this one. It looks great, and I've still got a bit more exploration to go on there. So, hey Megas, good to see you there. Sorry, buddy. I'm multitasking. I can only do so much. Ominous Typhoon Clan, 35 collectible tanks, 30 to sell. Let me know which ones you're keeping. Actually, I will let you guys know which ones I'm going to be keeping, and then I'll sell 5 on stream today for gold. Let's see how much we're going to get. There's some that I'll be very happy to see the back of. No prizes for guessing one of them at tier 6. So. It's been a good update, at least for me, as someone who is trying to play more high tier games. Hey, Mind Twister, great to see you there as well. And FE 2016, Saladidi, hey guys, great to have all of you here with us this evening. So that's the collectibles in the garage. 60, which were previously the tech tree or premium, have now become collectibles, which I can choose to keep or sell for gold and then maybe buy them back in a future edition for more gold, but I don't think that's going to happen. And I'll talk a little bit more about that and CO clubbing in a bit. But that's these tanks. Now, I also want to talk about the other tanks. So, for those of you, I mean, I've only just logged in a couple of hours ago into the new 5.5 Warp Tanks Blitz. And something that I've seen straight away is, not only have they converted the collectible tanks they've converted tech tree and premium tanks into collectibles. And you can see here my scavenger and gravedigger, which are collectible beforehand. I've still got all the ammo and consumables and everything. They've stripped everything off the tanks that were premium and were tech tree that have now become collectible. Hey Kozak22, good to see you. AMP, good to see you as well. They've stripped everything. They've gutted them. They've taken all the camos, all the consumables, the ammunition, and that actually netted me 1 million credits. I mean, I don't know why they did that, but they did it. So that's something to bear in mind. Like they've just unequipped your tanks for you, which is, I mean, if you're planning on playing these, it's a bit of a pain to go through one by one and reset them, but it's not the end of the world. But not only have they taken these tanks out of the tech tree, what's happened is, for every tank that you had in your garage that was in the tech tree that's been taken out and become a collectible, they've given you another tank. Now, I have ended up with 27 new compensatory tanks in my garage. Now, I don't know if I've got extra garage slots because of that. I don't know if collectible tanks count as garage slots. I guess so, because I bought extra garage slots in order to be able to buy all of the tanks to sell them for gold. I've got 0 slots left. So when I sell a collectible tank, I don't have a garage slot. I've actually lost a garage slot. So I'm expecting when I sell collectible tanks that I will have a garage slot. But what's also happened is I've got 27 tanks. I've got the M3 Stuart. Wargaming has given me the M3 Stuart, the PZ35T, the BT2, the Cruiser 3, the AMX38. This is just a tier 2. I'm not going to tag them all. It's going to take forever. M5 Stuart, PZ3, BT7, the Chiha, the D2. What have we got? A tier 4. Like, if you had these, so like for example, look, the M7, the M8A1, the PZ4D, the A20, Matilda, and it goes on and on and on. And it's not just the low tiers. The KV13, they've made that a collectible, and I've been given a tier 7 tech tree tank. I mean, okay, I had it unlocked it and I bought it in the past, and I sold it and it wasn't in my garage, but they've converted that tier 7, the KV13, medium, Russian medium, or light, whatever it is. They've converted it into a collectible tank, and they've given me the T43, which is, that's awesome. So I think, yeah, that is super, super cool. You know, the T150, I had that for the Russians, and Wargaming have given me a KV2. So if Wargaming have done what I think they've done, they've given me an extra 27 garage slots. They've gifted me 27 tanks, which I can either keep or sell for credits. And that's nice. Like, that's the first thing that Wargaming have done that has been, like, at least for me, as someone who didn't benefit from M60 Gate, has been the first thing that has really, really benefited me. In terms of, you know, I can actually, like, turn all of that into credits and gold and everything. So, alright. Enough rambling on. Let's get to the sales. Well, first things first. I want to sell the KV-13. However, I haven't mastered it yet. So I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to try and ace that before I sell it. I've got 18 days now to faff around trying to ace these tanks before I sell them. So the KV-13, that tank is going, but I want to ace it first. So if you see me driving this thing on the battlefield, I'm chasing the ace. Tier 6. First one to go is the T-21. I actually drove this very, very recently. I got the ace. It took me 79 battles. I only came out with a 72% win rate. It's a fun tank. It's not the best. I mean, I was only playing it for the ace. I wouldn't play it again. So tier 21, T21, sorry. We're gonna sell you. Sell the vehicle for 500 gold. Yeah. Why not? This is tank number 1 on sale. It's gone. I can't buy it back. There's no way to buy this tank back. It's gone. That's it. That is the end. And we got 500 gold. Hey, that's not bad. 5.5, the gold mine. Now the E2, I'm not selling this tank. I'm actually going to re-equip it. I think Wargaming are crazy. Oh no. Maybe I will. Hang on, how many hit points does it have? Now they've changed the stats, so now if they've given it the top turret only and they've done away with the bottom turret. No, it's still got the low tier turret. I have to play this one to see if I'm going to sell it or not. If it has the playstyle of the low tier turret, where the armor profile is OP, I'm going to keep this bad boy. If they've kept it with like the top tier, like the higher DPM but the rubbish armor profile, no, I'm not fussed. You know, it's a poor man's version of an easy 8. So I have to play this one to see whether I'm going to keep it or not. The VK 3002M, 59% win rate. I'm not too cut up about that. I think I played this tank like 3 years ago. I got the mastery. I will sell this tank. I have no earthly attachment to this thing. I mean, there are so many other tanks. This is such a generic playstyle, you know? This tier 6 German medium. So we say goodbye to the VK 3002M for 500 gold. Thank you very much. It's gone. Et voila. Next one. Now the T150, this was fun. I actually played a ton of games in this tank recently. And I was chasing the ace and I got it. I got my win rate up to 71%, which was quite fun. And actually, like, it's a good tank. I mean, it's a great side scraper. It's very slow and, you know, the fast pace, the growth of the meta. And ODD Salah is saying, Sally did it. Sold KV2 to buy more tanks and Wargaming give it me back because I had the T150. Hey, free golden credits. Winning. Kudos to Wargaming for that one. And Ominous is confirming the Jumbo does have the low DPM with the OP turret. Oh, wait. Okay. I need to play it to understand what's happening there. I hope they haven't killed the Jumbo. It was such a fun tank with the OP turret. Like, it was a unique playstyle. And it'll be a travesty if it's gone. Okay, so back to business. T150 took me 91 battles to get the ace, but you know, it was fun. But I'm not really gonna play this. There are other tier 6s that I enjoyed playing much more. The ace chase for this was fun though. So yeah, this is tank number 3. Goodbye T150. 500 gold. You are no longer in my garage. And yes, the collectible tanks have given me slots. So not only has Wargaming converted the tanks that I had into collectible tanks, they've changed the stats, whatever, but I can sell them for gold now. But they've also given me, not only have they given me 27 tanks from tiers 2 to 7, which are now still in the tech tree, which I can sell for credits, but those tanks have also come with garage slots. So I've effectively been given, oh no, I've been given 27 garage slots. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to use them for, you know. If Wargaming could release another 27 tier 10 tanks, that would be fantastic. We could really get behind that. Now this one, I hate this tank. This is truly the worst tank in the game. I mean, I know some people love it. It's horrible, it's slow, it has no armor profile. I mean, it's got a great gun, it's got good DPM, but unless you're in a platoon, forget it. There's no way to use this thing. It's ugly. I don't enjoy playing turretless TDs at the best of times. And when they play as badly as this thing does, I mean, this is me owning up to a 40% win rate. I hated this thing so much, I free XP'd my way through it. I'm having none of it. I'm out. I tapped out on this one. So, the Churchill gun carrier, no way. Cunning Fox, why give the Jumbo the stock? The stock turret is great. I hope they kept this stock turret. I really do. So the Churchill gun carrier, this is tank number 4. I have no, or I am actually, I would sell this for less gold. I hate this tank so much. I am so happy that I can sell this for gold. I'm not even going to make a fanfare about it. It's gone. Thank God for that. Goodbye, you horrific tank. I want to swear, but I don't want to, you know what I mean. So that's 4. Now, from the tier 5s, I'm still chasing the ace for the PZ-34 and the Sherman 5. And I have racked up a whole ton of first class badges in these tanks. And I'll be damned if I sell them before I get the ace badge. So the other ones, yeah, apart from the scavenger we're keeping. We like, as I said before, we like that. So easy one first. We'll get rid of the PZ, whatever the series of letters after that is. I mean, does anyone really remember that? Really? Like, this is the toaster. Do you know why it's a toaster? Because it looks like a toaster. Like, you stick your toast in there, and when you die, the toast pops out. But no, it's gone. How much can we sell the toaster for? I did a master. I have no idea how you mastered this tank, but I did. 250. Yeah, I'll do that. Goodbye. Excellent stuff. Sell X Premium. A and P, I will sell X Premiums, but I will sell them in another stream. But that is the 5. So these are the tier 5s. I'm not keeping any of these. I was toying with the idea of keeping the T67. I even bought the spooky camouflage for it, you know. So like, but no, I there's no point really. So I will get rid of all of those apart from the scavenger. Tier 4. There's a couple here that I want to ace. The only ones that I'm keeping the Sentinel. Mainly because I actually have more camos on this tank than I would get gold back for it. I've got the Gamescom camo, the Thunder camo, and I have the Look Different, the iOS camo as well. I think maybe there's, and I have the Strong Will camouflage. I'm keeping the Sentinel. Also, it's a great tank. If you go to the Tank Fest, there is a real one of these tanks in the hangar there, and it's a bit of a rite of passage. The whatever this is on the front, you know, touching that, bit of a rite of passage at Tank Fest. So I'm keeping that one for posterity. I might also keep the PZB2, mainly because it's a monster, and mainly because if it hasn't changed, I still hold the Global Hall of Fame for the damage on this tank. So there's a point of pride, and if someone overtakes me, I'll have to try and get that spot back. So, but otherwise, there's nothing really on the tier 4s. Just seeing here. Trevor B saying it's bad now. The Cunning Fox. Valentine 2. Yeah, I am going to get rid of the Valentine 2. Yeah, I will. I enjoyed playing the Valentine 2, but it's it really struggles with penetration. And you know, you have to spam a PCR, and people are getting better at using Pramo, and there are other tanks coming onto the game now with better penetration mechanics, and also now that there's a huge thing here. Now that tiers 1 through 7 have been reworked, and with Wargaming are encouraging players like you and me who have a lot of more experience to get out of the lower tiers, to let more players come in and have a good time. So, you know, the whole environment is going to be changed so dramatically, especially at tiers 1 to, well, 1's gone, 2's now 1, and tiers 2, 3, and 4 are, and Frey Adam is saying, yes, I am at first place to the B2, come on, love it. Thank you very much for checking, my friend. That's some good stuff. So yeah, I still have one Hall of Fame to my name. This one, and that was like literally the week. Hey Nameless, good to see you. That was the week before the replay function was released. So no chance of seeing my glorious moment there. So yeah, actually I don't know. I mean, I keep the Sentinel for posterity and the PZB2 for holding on to the Hall of Fame, but otherwise I don't know if I'm even going to play these tanks other than chasing the ace. And I mean, yeah, the same as when you get further down, like the whole mechanic has changed. And because I was thinking, like, okay, tier 3, like, I love playing the Locust. This tank is unique, you know, it's like a little armored box that really either is invincible or really struggles, in my experience. You know, if you get if you're the lower tier, you get absolutely punished. Still chasing the ace on the PZS-35. The BT7 Arts. This thing's fantastic. This is so much fun, and this might be the only tier 3 that I keep, along with maybe the Locust. Everything else, I mean, it's not the Kiniyotsu, but that's another thing. Wargaming, they screwed us all really hard. Again, on the Kiniyotsu. The Kiniyotsu is the most OP tank in existence for its tier. Not this one, the Kiniyotsu. Head and shoulders above all the other tanks. So what they've done in this recent update is they've nerfed everything across the board from tiers, well, 1's gone, 2's become 1, and they've nerfed all the other tier 2, 3, 4 tanks into oblivion. All of the tech tree tanks, the premium tanks have been changed. The Kiniyotsu, which was, hey, good evening, McLeish. The Kiniyotsu, which was already OP, has been left unchanged. So now it is, I mean, like, if you're playing that tank and you lose a battle, and there isn't a Kiniyotsu on the other team, like, you have no excuses, none whatsoever. Really, like, it's crazy. I'm sure Skate, one of the CCs, will do a video about just how insane that is now. And I know it's a rare tank, not many people have it, but it's really, I don't understand why Wargaming have left it alone. I think it's really stupid, and I mean, like, I think it's a bad decision. Like, really, I don't see the reason for leaving it alone. Unless one of the developers has it in their garage and like seal clubbing as much as we do, maybe. So yeah, Wargaming, sort that out. Like, come on, you penalized everyone else who bought a premium tank. The Kiniyotsu is no exception. So yeah, tier 3. I'm not really attached to any of these apart from the Locust and the BT7 Art. My T46. I mean, I'll play it if it's still OP. Maybe I'll keep it for like some really scrubby seal clubbing. And then tier 2. Now tier 2 is actually the one that I'm probably not the most upset about, but for example, like I really enjoyed the play style of the light medium tank. This one. Like this, and the T7 car. Also, these. I mean, this is a tank where I've got like premium camouflage for it, you know. So I'm gonna sell this for gold, but I think I'm gonna lose the gold that I invested on the camouflage. So the T7 car, the T2 light, and the light Vic. I love the playstyle. I love just smashing the fire button as quickly as I can, eviscerating an opponent, feeling good about myself, going back up to tier 10 and getting my ass handed to me by actual people who know what they're doing, rather than just seal clubbing. So I don't know. These ones I'll have to see, but I am selling at least 50, maybe 55 of the collectible tanks out of the 60 in my garage. I've just sold 5, and I'm going to slowly burn my way through the rest. And I think the total amount of gold, if you had all of these, the premium tanks and the Tech 3 tanks you could get, was around 27,000 gold. So I'm missing, I think, maybe 5 of the premiums. So I think I'm anticipating to get around 22,000 gold or something, which is like, that's a lot, you know? Like, that's a significant amount of premium time, especially when the Black Friday deals and the Christmas deals come out. Or it might even be a tier 10 tank. I mean, if you look at the moment in the store, Wargaming are selling a tier 9 for 1400, which, by the way, I got because it's had some good reviews. I had the gold in the account anyway. The Combat Con no longer has the machine gun barrage. No! The Cunning Fox is, oh no, okay. And Tester kills on... Tester kills. I see what you did there. The Keeney has a 2-shot clip now. So, okay, it's been nerfed a bit. Okay, that's good. So anyway, I sold 5 tanks. I made 2,200 gold, which is not bad. And they weren't even the most expensive ones. So, like, you know, I'm going to hold out for, like, a crazy premium deal. Or maybe even a tier 10. Like, I would love to get my hands on a Chieftain, an M60, something like that. Okay, so they were just saying, check what's happened to the, how do I check the mechanics? Where's the firepower? How do I, shows it, oh no. They've really nerfed. I don't know exactly how to crunch these numbers, but I think before you had 25 shells in the magazine at tier 2. At tier 2 on the T7 car, you had basically five bursts of 5 shells, and now it looks like you've just got 2 bursts of 5. That is, and it looks like. That is... The Cunning Fox is teaching me how to navigate my garage on PC. Thanks, buddy. So yeah, if they've nerfed these tanks, and if they've nerfed them, and open Blitz hangar. I'm in the hangar. I don't have Blitz hangar. I'm a noob, I'm sorry, AMP. But so, like, if these tanks are not ever coming back to... Because I would be really hesitant, because maybe Wargaming do the changes, you sell them, because the tank's not what it used to be, and then they bring it back up to where it was, and then they release the tank for, say, you know, they sell this for... how much can you sell this for? 650 gold. I've reached the limit for today. But they say you sell it for 650 and then they put it on sale for like 2,000 gold or whatever in the future as an ultra rare collectible tank. And they buff it again. Like, how pissed off will we be, you know? If we sold it and then, you know... I'm happy Wargaming have done some things in this update. You know, the ability to sell for gold and the free garage slots and everything. That's fantastic. But yeah, maybe it's a trap. maybe down the line we're going to regret some of our life choices. I think that could definitely be something that could happen. I mean, you've got to think, like, who are you dealing with here? It's Wargaming. They make a great game. We love it. We're all addicts. But at the same time, you know, at the same time, sorry, just some crazy music playing here in the background. At the same time, this is the same company that did M60 Gate, that introduced spare parts and timers. You know, you've really got to think about exactly where this could go in the future. So yeah, I'm not massively holding my good point. FE 2016 216, good point. Hey Alpha, QR reckons a Scorpion is coming. So yeah, you've got to think, where are Wargaming going with this? Because if it's where we want them to go, it's great. I'm gonna sell all these tanks, make gold, maybe buy a tier 10 premium. If it's not, then, you know, I could have some serious regrets in terms of my life choices. But now this brings me on to like I have two things left that I want to talk about. The first is seal clubbing. So seal clubbing, I guess it depends how you define it. If you have, like me, a lot of games experience, 38,000, like almost 37,000 in randoms, and you've unlocked a lot of high tier vehicles. Like, I mean, and I'd like to think that looking at this by tier breakdown, I don't seal club too much. I mean, there's some credit grinding going on at tier 8. Tier 6 is probably the tier where I've done. I think this tier 6 is my seal clubbing tier. That's where I go to blow off steam. Tiers 5 and 6, you can see there's a huge jump here. I don't actually play that many games at tiers 1 to 4. I mean, once you exclude grinding and then you include all the premium vehicles as well, like, I don't actually have a tremendous amount of seal clubbing experience at tiers 1 to 4. The vast majority of my games are at tier 10. I mean, like, the largest. My modal tier is tier 10, but my average tier is, I think, about 7.6 or 7.7. Like, this is where, like, my game average is, or at least that's where it used to be. So, seal clubbing. What's the problem at the moment with World of Tanks Blitz? The problem is, at least as far as I can see it, we're struggling to retain new players. Now, I think this is one to do with the fact that World of Tanks Blitz, at least on the iOS store, is listed as a strategy game. And I mean, if you go into the store and you're looking for a strategy game, you're probably not looking for World of Tanks Blitz. The people that are looking for World of Tanks Blitz or a game like it are probably not looking in the strategy section of the store. That's, again, Wargaming, if you're listening, sort that out. Why? It's not I mean, it is a strategical game, but it's not primarily chess. It's not a strategy game. It's tactical. You know, and it requires a brain. It's not your Twitch point and click, shoot 'em up. But it's not a strategy game. So one, I don't think the right players are finding this game. And two, we're getting to a point now where the game is 4 years old. And players like you and me have got a tremendous amount of experience, and we can destroy new players, and we don't even really think twice or break a sweat over it. But it's a terrible experience for them. And I think, like, I'm guilty of this as well. Like, I have a lot of games in the RAM too. If you're like me, and you're good at the game, and you have experience, and you are crunching the numbers at lower tiers, every time you play a low tier match and destroy a bunch of people with, I mean, you look at the stats of the people that you're beating, honestly. Have a look. Play a low tier game, look at who you're facing off against. I mean, the new Protect MM is pretty good at the moment. It should be shielding newer players from the monsters that you guys are. But have a look and see like how many of them have this, even half of your number of games experience. What's their win rate like? What's their highest tier? Like, you probably took them apart in the lower tiers, I mean, before the nerfs came in, no problem. And I can really see what Wargaming are trying to do by pushing older and more experienced players further up the tech tree. They need to get separation, so the new Protection MM can only do so much, and they need to encourage veterans like you to move further up the food chain so that newer players can come in and learn the game and grow, and then the player base can sort of maintain its health organically at the bottom from new players coming in. We can improve new player retention. So I think this update is controversial. I'm not too cut up about it because I am spending more and more time playing esports, clan wars, and top tiers. Apologies to Big Game, I'm not training with you guys tonight because I'm doing this. Hey. And I agree with FV216. Yeah, I think Wargaming need to upgrade the training protocol as well. Like, it's so basic. And I think when you watch the Wargaming developers or like staff members play, like, some of them are good and some of them are not good. And I think what we need is more community driver to create more of a community driving force to create recommendations for a good training program. Because like you need the best of the best to create, or at least to have input on, an effective training regimen. My opinion, at least. So, tutorial overhaul aside, I think this update will be great because it's going to get more experienced players out of the lower tiers, and it's going to clear the entry point for new players, and it should improve the health of the populations, the player bases on all servers, and that is only a good thing. So if you can stick with it and bear with losing, you know, a couple of tanks, you think like there's over 300 tanks in the game, or there was over 300 tanks in the game, and you know they'll be adding hopefully new nations, new lines, new premiums, new tech trees all the time. So you know, it's at least that part of the game is still staying mobile. It's not stagnant. So yeah, that's good. So my thing is, if you're seal clubbing, you're part of a problem that update 5.5 is trying to fix. So if you're sad, if you're a very experienced player and you're sad because you can't go and blow off steam at tiers 3 and 4, guess what? That's kind of the point, I think. Which, commiserations, I know that kind of sucks for some of you because you enjoy it and you genuinely don't do it to seal club. But it is a factor in the game. And now, the second thing is, we finally have new German Heavies. Actually, these are the tech trees as well. So this is what the French tech tree looks like now. I mean, I can't even remember what it looked like before. The Chinese one got very, like, I think we lost 3 tanks here. Similarly, Japan only lost a couple of tanks here. The British tech tree was always a bit of a mess. Now it kind of makes sense. I'm happy they kept the Firefly as well. I was really worried when they said they were trying to get rid of tanks that had like a similar playstyle to others, that the Firefly would be one for the chop, but Wargaming kept it in, which is kind. Russian tech tree, I mean, it makes sense. You kind of go lights and then you can either go to the TDs or you can kind of access the mediums and heavies. And actually what you're seeing is here a real sort of grouping. I mean, the American tech tree is hilarious. You're into the previous tier 2 is now a tier 1. You can go up to the M5 and then you can either choose to access this line, which is either the E3 or the E4, or you can choose to access this one, where you can end up with all of these tanks. And you can either have the T57 Patton or the E5. If you're new and you're watching this, and you're thinking about going down the American lines, pick the M7 over the 8A1. And end of discussion, really, as far as I can see it. So, but this is the new German line, and as you can see here, I'm sitting on a nice little stockpile of free XP. I finished the Tier X grind a long time ago. And now it basically means that I've had nothing to spend it on. So I've accrued quite a lot. And so this is the VK 7201K. I can research it. Can't buy it though. I need to go grind some credits. Oof. Just how much would it cost me in credits? 7,000 gold? No, that's like 30 to 40 good games in a Louvre. Tier 8 premium. I mean, you can grind a lot of credits in that thing. So say 40 to 50 games in a Louvre. That's definitely not worth 7,000 gold. So we've got the VK 7002K. We have 108 XP here on the Tiger P. Did some CO clubbing back there, especially when the Tiger P got buffed, and then they very quickly nerfed it following that, and when they realized what they'd done, Wargaming that is. So yeah, we'll use the Tiger P XP. Oh, go on then, we'll purchase this. And equipment, yes, AMP, absolutely right. The equipment will be an absolute pain in the backside. Let's just see. That's what I would do. Just gonna go through and equip this tank in a way that makes sense. I don't know why I've done that, because now I'm just gonna go and use free XP to do this. Excellent. And now I have to go and reset my ammunition anyway. Fantastic. That's great. That's just great. I have no idea that looks reasonable to me. I'm gonna rock with that. And won't be purchasing any premium camo for this, but this is the VK 100.01P. What a catchy name that has. So yeah, this is the Tier 8 German Heavy. I'm gonna have to go grind some credits now. I actually had a huge stockpile of credits, and I went through, and for all of my Tier 10 tanks, you'd be surprised when you have 25 Tier 10 tanks in your garage, how expensive it is to buy for credits all of the pink, Verdant Forest, and Shattered Ice camouflages. It's a lot of money. I think it's over like 100 million silver. So I had like almost an unlimited supply of credits, and I found a way to just burn it with camouflages. So learn from my mistakes. It's not worth it. You will never end up using all of them. Good lord. So that's the VK 101P. Let's just see. I'll have to grind some the Mauschen. I will have to grind. It looks very similar to the mouse. I know all the community contributors have done reviews of these tanks, but I can imagine this one being very difficult to play, mainly because of that little bump there. So yeah, that is pretty much that. I sold 5 tanks. I was really hoping to just sell 60. Well, actually it would have been 87. The 60 collectibles and the 27 tanks that I got as compensation, however you want to phrase it. But obviously Wargaming, not a fan of that. So you can only sell 5 tanks a day. So if you've got 87 tanks that you want to sell, it'll take you 18 days to do it, and and I am yeah, I'm not gonna release a video every day for 18 days to sell 5 tanks. Love you all, but it's just I think you wouldn't enjoy that. I would die of boredom. You'd die of boredom. So you just have to take my word for it. The tanks that I said I'm gonna keep, I'm gonna keep, and the ones I'm gonna sell, I'm gonna sell, and I'm gonna build up a stockpile of gold. That's it. It's not a bad looking tank. I'm actually quite looking forward to playing this at tier 8. The mouse playstyle at tier 8 could be quite fun. Let's see here. Let's go get some boosters and credits. Just boosters, okay. That's not terrible. And now, let's see, we've got 30 or so of you watching live, which is pretty cool. As I said, I bought this one with the gold. I mean, 14,000 gold. I haven't played it yet. I might go play a few games on touch now. And put together some replays and do a little mini review on this one. Let's have a little poll in the chat. Live stream poll. You can make a real world decision here. I'm gonna give it one of these new camouflages. Jade Shards, Tactical Shield, Ice Block, or Demon Soul. To sell ANP, you only have 11 days to see the tanks. Don't understand. I don't understand. I'm gonna type I don't understand. I think you can sell these tanks for gold pretty much whenever you want to. I don't think you're time limited. At least that's to the best of my knowledge. I'm not a community contributor, I'm just a player like you. So yeah. Okay, Cunning Fox is voting for Ice Block. Ice Block's got 1. If you want to see the... okay, QR's Ice 4. Okay, that's 3 for Ice Block. Alfar's on Ice. This is the current leader. I mean, it's 4 for Ice Block, 2 for the Demon Soul. Amrish is saying Devil Skin. Yes. So this is Demon Soul. Okay, we're getting... It's kind of 50-50 between Ice Blocks and Demon Soul. I'm gonna have to count now. I'm like, lean into the screen. 1, 2. Oh, Dan Svensson's gone for the Jade Shards. We've got a runner here. Don't be afraid to speak up. I think only like 10 of you have voted. There's another 20 or so watching. You could type something. Jade Shards, Tactical Shield, or Ice Block. Demon Soul's getting a lot of... Whatever comes free. No, the free camouflages. They don't make me Amrish. Free camouflage doesn't tell people how unique you are and how cool you are. You have to spend real money. Get a premium camouflage. Pink camo. The pink camo. No, I'm gonna restrict it to the new ones. I have the pink camo on all the tier 10s. I'm actually sick of the pink camouflage now. Let's see. I'm counting. I think we're gonna go... Okay. Demon Soul will create fear. Alright. You know what? It's a pretty... I think it's a pretty 50-50 split. Tactical Shield and Jade Shards getting a mention, but not tremendous. Twister camo. I don't have the Twister camo. I don't have the Twister camo. I have the Twister camo on my... Oh, not the French World Cup camo. No way. Okay, okay, Testa kills. Pronunciation, very careful. I will make a video on how to survive El Solo, but I have to first find a replay that works. Okay, you know what? It's split 50-50 here. So we'll go for Ice Block. And we'll put that as our winter one. Break the 50-50. Just go for both. Yeah, I agree. Why not? There you go. Let's see. French World Cup. No, the French World Cup camouflage is just horrific. Yes, it does look like a Dracula, actually. I'm seeing that. I am actually seeing it. Rich boy. No, I've just sold loads of crappy little tanks. For gold. Summer. Let's see. We'll just stick for 2 for now. We'll leave Freedom Spirit as our summer camouflage. There you go. Et voila. We cut out. We got rid of Jade Shards and a Tactical Shield. We've gone for 2. On the desert, we'll kill people with the Demon Soul camouflage and the nice little winter-themed Ice Block for the ice maps. You know, the camouflage really works. It has to match up with the environment you're playing on. So yeah, that's that. Pumpkin camouflage. Really? God, that's a horrible camouflage. No way. No camouflage. It's the only free. That's true. That is very true. The only free camouflage is no camouflage. But then you have to think, you know, the tiny margin of 3% concealment, does that actually make you more credits in the long run? I don't know. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that quick little tour de force of my garage, my decision-making process on the collectibles. It's been great to just be chatting with you actually this evening. Thanks for being here, as always. Alpha saying the pumpkin was a joke. Thank you for confirming. It is a truly horrific camouflage. Especially if you put the little pumpkin attachment on top. That would be truly insane. So yeah, maybe in the comments, not the live comments, but the comments on the video, just say which tanks you're going to be keeping, and also what you're going to be spending that gold on, how much gold you're going to earn, what you're going to spend it on, and yeah, do hit the like button, do hit the subscribe button. Thank you for tuning in. I am currently on PC, but as we've established during the Twister Cup live streams, I actually suck on PC. Like, I am really bad on PC controls. So I'm going to go play touch. I'm going to jump actually into the AMX with the new camouflage, tier 9. I'll be playing for the next hour or so. So come spam tier 9 with me, and we'll see if we can't tear it up a little bit. So thanks so much for tuning in. You guys are my heroes, and this is Rolling Swarm signing out.